Drazurk is a well-known moderator for Peachell, a developer for Platinum Kaizo, Renegade Platinum, and other games, and a well-respected member of the Nuzlocking scene. It would be impossible to list all of the ways she works to lead and shape the community. It's enough to say that she is absolutely essential to the past, present, and future of Nuzlocking. But before she took on these responsibilities, she was a pioneer in what was possible on the Nintendo DS. In fact, a decade ago, she was one of the world's best players of one of its games. The same skills that make her such a gifted engineer and community leader incredibly put her at the top of the speedrunning leaderboards of a portable spin-off of a console franchise. This is the story of how Drazurk is a world record holder for Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2 on Nintendo DS.
Just look inside. But I figure, if there is something in there, inside us, then we'd feel it, wouldn't we? True enough.
But first, a word from this video's sponsor, Life. You're living it. We all know that living is the best mode of existence for gamers, but today we're featuring a new product, Living Large. If you already exist, it's easy. Just exist about 10% harder than you already are. You'll start to notice the changes quickly. Make your mark on reality, living large with Life. Kingdom Hearts is a video game franchise that combines the best of action RPGs with the worlds and characters of Disney. The original game was released for PlayStation 2 in 2002, and it was one of the best games of its era. It won numerous awards and sold very well, so developer Square was keen on continuing the franchise. Follow-up console game Kingdom Hearts 2 and handheld spin-offs Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts Coded were also critically and commercially successful. By 2009, Kingdom Hearts was poised to begin another new compelling chapter, and fans were ready for the next big flagship game. Instead, they received 4 spin-off games and waited 10 years for Kingdom Hearts 3. The first of these spin-off games was called Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. Why 358 Days Over 2? An excellent question. Personally, my math brain wants to just reduce it to 179 days, which is 358 days divided by 2. Reason for the name is because this game explores 358 days in the lives of 2 characters, Roxas and Xion. These characters were new protagonists for Kingdom Hearts, and they weren't the only new thing about this game. Their introduction was met with resistance by fans, but their story through the game is compelling and beautifully melancholy. I won't spoil it here. The gameplay, instead of being an open-world exploration, changed to a mission-based structure. Players look forward to cutscenes, menus, missions, and more cutscenes. The repetitive gameplay is extremely thematic and works well on the handheld DS for short play sessions. However, it makes for a very difficult speedrun. Runners must keep full awareness of where they are in the story, navigate menus with speed and precision, and decide on the level of risk they are willing to accept in their builds. Endgame boss scaling is especially punishing, so the choice to chance a run on a risky build is not an easy one. The game is intended for players to stop and think strategically on their menu screens and react emotionally during cutscenes. Speedrunners, however, have no such luxuries. The current leaderboards for Days at the time of this video have separate rankings for console and emulator. 3 years ago, they also introduced a load time remover tool for standardizing run times. However, in the early days of the community, speedrunning was focused on the Nintendo DS. This had some interesting effects. For example, it was quickly discovered that the Nintendo DS Lite was significantly faster. The load times were simply part of the run. Runners would have to find them, document them, and optimize their runs around them. This brings us to Drazurk. As those in the Nuzlocking community know, Drazurk makes excellent documentation. Her 2014 guide to Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2 has thousands of lines of text and almost no fluff. She also created a guide for handling the extensive menu configurations. Her guide grouped multiple menu changes into single menuing sessions, which reduced the number of times players needed to open the menu overall. Since opening the menu meant loading and unloading new textures, minimizing these sections was key to finishing the game as quickly as possible. The trade-off is that the precise inputs required for these consolidated menuing sessions were longer and trickier. Drazurk, however, made it look easy. She still holds the record for any percent completion on standard difficulty on console over 10 years later. It's unlikely this record will ever be broken unless a challenger takes up the mantle of investigating DS hardware limitations. Drazurk also continues to hold the world record for all missions on both beginner and standard difficulties on emulator, showing that her skill wasn't limited to console. Her contributions to the Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2 community included expert documentation, responsible community moderation, and a high standard of play that has yet to be truly matched. Many gamers have compared Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2 to a regular job. The player-controlled characters have work to do every day in the form of the mission, and the game really shines when it shows us how the characters are reacting to their daily grind. They work for someone else, and their relationship with that boss informs most of the conflict in the story. I don't think Pichal is Xemnas, but this structure of needing to show up to work for daily missions makes me think of how Drazurk shows up to work for Pichal streams and Discord. In many ways, moderating a large Twitch channel community is more difficult than completing a difficult game faster than anyone else. Luckily, Drazurk is fit for both. I'd like to end this video with an expression of gratitude. I made this video to celebrate Drazurk. Thank you for all of your contributions to the Nuzlocke community. For the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed.